Hello, hello, hello. How is it going today? Today is Saturday, and today I'll be going over the PPIRC approved core value practices to address severe varicose veins to prevent them from escalating to hazardous levels. All right, so if you or anyone in your family, in your friends, your circle of influence or awareness has or is suffering from varicose veins, what I need you to do is share this video to them, okay? This is going to be a huge help. All right, so I'll begin with this session. Make sure that you grab paper and pen for sure. All right, so graduated compression hosiery. Okay, now this is something that my mother has suffered with varicose veins, and when I saw my mom at first using this, I was like, what the heck is this thing? This thing is going to cut off your circulation, Mom. Like, you do not need to use this compression hosiery, Like, are you kidding me? Like, are you trying to kill yourself, And little did I know, the indications actually say that it does lead to symptom relief, actually. And it is something that has ancestral ties as well, to ancient days. And I'll go over that here shortly, but please make sure that you share this video, okay? Because I'm about to start dropping a lot of jewels. We're going to go over 7 different techniques and practices that can ensure that you will be able to prevent varicose veins from escalating to being a huge problem in your life, right? Avoiding surgery, avoiding all of that good stuff naturally, okay? All right, so beginning with graduated compression hosiery. Symptom relief: heaviness, aching, swelling, throbbing, or night cramps due to those horrible varicose veins. Edema control, effective for controlling ankle, leg swelling linked to chronic venous insufficiency. Prevention of progression, slows worsening of venous reflux in patients who decline or are not candidates for invasive procedures. Adjunct post procedure, used short term, typically up to 1 to 2 weeks after interventions like ablation or sclerotherapy for comfort and edema control. Guideline backing: NICE, SVS, and also /AVF. If you know, you know. If you don't really worry about it. Now, the dosing and the strengths in regards to this graduated compression hosiery. Compression strength is measured in mmHg, which is millimeters of mercury. Mild, which is the first tier, 15 to 20 mmHg. For early symptoms, prevention in at risk groups, for example, pregnancy, standing occupations. The second tier, moderate, 20 to 30 mmHg. And that's for standard for sympathetic or symptomatic varicose veins. Most RCTs use this range. The third is going to be firm, and that's 30 to 40 mmHg. And this here is reserved for more advanced chronic venous diseases, skin changes, healed ulcers, but must be fitted professionally. All right. Now I'll go into length options. Now, the first tier that you have for your length options is going to be your knee highs. Okay. So with the knee high, you're talking most evidence sufficient in majority. Okay. Your second tier for length options is going to be your thigh high. Okay. And these are the pantyhose style, right? May be used in reflux, extends above the knee, though adherence is lower. Now, here are some contradictions when it comes to your graduated compression hosieries. All right, so contradictions, pen and paper, please. All right, so we have two forms of contradictions for this hosiery, this compression hosiery. One is going to be your absolutes, okay? And then the second is going to be your relative use with caution or seeking medical clearance, all right? So continuing with our first, which is the absolute. All right, so contradictions that you absolutely want to stay away from. If you are suffering from severe peripheral arterial disease, ankle bronchial index greater than 0.5. Another absolute that you absolutely want to stay away from these compression hosieries is severe congestive heart failure, risk of worsening cardiac output. And then the third and the final absolute is going to be known allergies to stocking materials. All right. So the relative use with caution, seeking medical clearance with these compression hosieries for varicose veins is going to be peripheral neuropathy or reduced sensation increases risk of unnoticed injury. Okay, so you want to use with caution if you have this neuropathy for the peripheral neuropathy. Okay. Also use with caution if you are dealing with severe leg deformity or fragile skin. Okay. Use with caution if you are dealing with immobility or risk of skin breakdown if improperly monitored. All right, so you want to properly monitor this, and that's why I say you want to seek medical clearance, all right, and use this with caution. Now, implementation steps for this compression hosiery. Professional fitting, always measure in the morning before leg swelling peaks. Ensure correct calf and ankle circumference match stocking size. Now, the donning technique, you want to put the stockings on first thing in the morning before standing or walking. You want to use rubber gloves or donning aids to avoid tearing. Also, you would like to smooth out any wrinkles to prevent local constriction. Now, the duration of wear, I'll go over next. You want to wear this compression hosiery throughout the day, okay? Remove at nighttime, of course, unless otherwise instructed from your doctor. Now, you also want to ensure that daily wear is consistent, because daily wear consistency is key for results. As long as you don't have any of those contradictions that I just went over. Okay. Now, the maintenance for this compression hosiery. Replace every 3 to 6 months, and loss of elasticity reduces effectiveness. You also want to wash gently in lukewarm water and also air dry. Now, monitoring. Check skin daily for irritation, redness, or sores. Recesses. Fit if leg size changes. Okay, so that's dealing with any kind of weight gain, weight loss, edema fluctuations. Can all cause recess fitting issues or changes, right? Now, integrity, an ancient link to compression hosieries. Now, this is some interesting information that not even I knew prior to doing my research and my study on this, right? So, ancestral wisdom is parallel. Ancient cultures practice leg wrapping in support of bandaging for circulation after long journeys or physical exertion. Compression stockings are a modern, safe, standardized evolution of this practice. Wow. Dang. I mean, I owe my mom an apology. Seriously. Now, harmless integrity. It does have a harmless integrity. Okay. Entirely external. It's non-invasive. It is drug-free, of course. And it is reversible. The safest frontline conservative therapy for varicose veins. Would you dig that? Now, the second practice that we'll go over is leg elevation. All right. Now, what is leg elevation and why does it matter when it comes to naturally healing severe cases of varicose veins? Well, leg elevation is exactly what it sounds like. Lifting your legs higher than your heart while resting is key and essential. Okay, so something so simple can have a powerful effect on varicose veins. Why? Because our veins are always fighting gravity. Blood in the legs has to work its way uphill, back up to the heart. Okay. Now, by raising your legs, you give gravity a chance to help instead of resist. It's like lowering a heavy backpack off your shoulders. Suddenly, the load lightens. For someone with varicose veins, this simple shift in position can do each of the 4 components that I'll go over. Ease swelling, around the ankles and calves. Relieve the heavy, aching feeling after standing. Help prevent blood from pooling in weakened veins. Give the veins a chance to rest so that they don't stay overstretched. It is one of the oldest, most natural practices for tired or swollen legs, used in traditional healing long before modern medicine measured its benefits. Okay. How often and how long, you might ask, right? Well, the frequency for leg elevation, you want to aim for 2 to 3 times a day. Even one session can bring relief, but consistency makes a huge difference. Duration, 15 to 20 minutes per session is usually enough for blood and fluid to drain back toward the heart. Position. The key is to lift your legs above the level of your heart. This means not just putting them on a footstool, but lying down actually, right? And resting your legs on a pillow. Actually, they have those longer length pillows, right? And that's something that I would suggest. And make sure that it's the extra thick, fluffy type of a pillow, right? So the extra long pillow, extra thick, right? And you want to lay that, of course, at the foot of the bed, okay? Now, the arm of a couch or against the wall as well would work just as good. When it helps most, when does this all help most? Well, after standing or sitting for long stretches at work, especially if you have some sort of like a clerical type of a job where you're sitting, maybe even a receptionist, right? Or even like at a call center as well, where you're sitting for extended or long hours. At the end of the day, when swelling is at its peak also. During pregnancy, to ease pressure on the veins. Whenever your legs feel heavy, restless, or throbbing. Situations to be careful. Now, these are cautions to use or consider when using leg elevation. Leg elevation is safe for almost everyone, but a few exceptions exist. If you have severe back problems, certain hip conditions, or difficulty getting into a lying position, adjustments may be needed. If your doctor has advised against lying flat due to heart or lung conditions, you'll need a modified angle. And also, people with glaucoma or increased eye pressure should avoid staying flat with the head too low. Keep the head slightly raised. Now, how to do all of this and use leg elevation step by step, I'll let you know exactly. You want to find a comfortable spot in the bed, on a couch, or a yoga mat on the floor. Use support. Place pillows in place under your calves and your ankles, not just under the knees. So the legs are straight and blood flows freely. Check the height. Use your feet, or your feet should be at least 6 to 12 inches above the heart. A simple test. If you can, look down and see your toes higher than your chest, then you're all set. Now, relax and breathe. While the legs are elevated, take slow breaths. This helps circulation even more. The gently pumping, or like gently pumping the blood upward. And then you want to also finish slowly. Don't jump up quickly afterward. Give your veins a moment to adjust before standing up. Why this approach has integrity. Leg elevation is completely free, safe, and natural. It doesn't require machines, drugs, or procedures. It takes the wisdom of ancient resting postures and blends it all with modern understanding of venous circulation. It's a reminder that sometimes the most effective treatment is simply allowing the body to return to its natural state of balance, with gravity on your side instead of against you. Supervised calf pump exercises, and what it is and why it matters. Again, supervised calf pump exercises. Essential. Okay. Every time you walk, your calf muscles squeeze. It's like a natural pump pushing blood out of the lower leg and back up towards the heart. Okay. This is why people call the calf muscles that second heart of the body. Now, when varicose veins are present, this pump begins or becomes even more important. Weak or leaky valves inside of the veins can't stop blood from sliding backward, but strong calf muscles can help force that blood upward, reducing the pooling and heaviness. It's so essential. Supervised calf pump exercises is simply a structured way of training those muscles so they keep doing their job at their best. Ancient traditions emphasize daily walking, climbing, or rhythmic movement as medicine. Modern science has confirmed that these movements improve circulation and venous health. Now, how it helps, you might ask? It improves blood flow. Each contraction of the calf muscle squeezes the veins like a tube of toothpaste. It reduces swelling. Better pumping means less fluid pooling around the ankles. It also eases pain and heaviness. Strong calves take strain off weakened veins. It also supports long-term prevention. Keeps blood moving so new problem areas are less likely to form. Now, how to do it safely, right? Like I said, it's supervised, but if you know how to do calf raises safely, then you may not need so much supervision, correct? So I'll teach you exactly how to do this safely. Simply walking. That's the simplest and most powerful form. Aim for at least 20 to 30 minutes daily, broken into shorter walks if needed. Heel raises. Stand behind a chair, rise up on your toes, and then lower down slowly, and do 10 to 15 repetitions. Rest, then repeat 2 to 3 times daily. Seated pumps. If you can't stand and do heel to toe raises, right? These seated pumps, if standing is difficult, sit with your feet flat, then lift your heels while keeping toes on the ground. Supervision or guidance if needed. For people with advanced varicose veins, joint problems, or balance issues, a physiotherapist can tailor exercises and ensure proper technique for you. Now, when this all helps with supervised calf raises, for people who spend long hours sitting or standing still, during recovery after vein treatments or surgeries, once cleared by a doctor, of course, in early and moderate stages of varicose veins to slow progression. Now, things to keep in mind. Footwear matters. Supportive shoes or barefoot if safe. And they also do have barefoot shoes as well. So you can look those up on Etsy, or Amazon has a ton of them available, honestly. Now, with this footwear, when you are wearing supportive shoes or you're walking barefoot or wearing these barefoot shoes, of course, right? This all helps activate the calf fully. Surface matters, okay? Walking on natural surfaces like grass or sand challenges the calves more than flat indoor floors. Consistency beats intensity. Gentle, regular movement is far more effective than occasional bursts of exercise. Caution: those with severe arthritis, balance difficulties, or open ulcers should get professional guidance before starting. Now, why this approach has integrity? Well, the practice is as old as humanity itself. Walking, climbing, and rhythmic movement were all part of daily survival for our ancestors. Long before gyms or therapy sessions existed, today, clinical studies prove that strengthening the calf pump improves venous flow and reduces symptoms. It is harmful, or it is harmless, drug-free and deeply human, okay? Blending ancient natural movement with modern evidence. By reclaiming this simple habit, we let the body's built-in pump system do what it was designed to do. Now, practice number 4, plant-based natural agents with evidence. Why plants matter for veins. Now, this part is so great. This here covers over the food and the herbs that are the most strongest allies when it comes to naturally healing varicose veins. Paper and pen. Share. Okay, please share this. All right. Now, for thousands of years, people turned to nature's plants and berries to ease swelling, lighten heavy legs, and restore flow in tired veins. Today, modern research has validated that some of these traditional remedies, showing that specific plant compounds strengthen vein walls, reduce fluid buildup, and also improve comfort. The important step here is keeping these choices fully in alignment with PPIRC's strict standards: alkaline, non-hybrid, non-fermenting, and bioelectrically compatible. Horse chestnut seed extract. Where it comes from: the horse chestnut tree, traditionally used across Europe for circulation since the 16th century, long time ago. How it helps: its active compound, escin, okay, and that's ESCEN. It tones vein walls, reduces leakage, and decreases ankle swelling. Scientific backing for horse chestnut. Clinical studies show that horse chestnut reduces pain, heaviness, and edema, sometimes with results close to compression stockings. Integrity note: only standardized extracts should be used. Never raw seeds. Never, ever, ever raw seeds of the horse chestnut. Raw horse chestnut seeds are toxic. Okay? Rudosides and plant-derived flavonoids. Now, where they come from: naturally occurring compounds in many PPIRC approved fruits and also herbs. How they help? Well, flavonoids improve the elasticity of vein walls, reduce inflammation, and also limits fluid leakage into surrounding tissues. Scientific backing: purified forms like diosmin and hesperidin have been tested in clinical trials showing real relief of swelling and nighttime cramping. Integrity note: the safest way to support your veins is through PPIRC approved whole food and herb sources rather than isolated synthetic versions. PPIRC approved plant allies for vascular support. These here are foods and herbs that are both scientifically supported and also 100% approved by PPIRC standards. Elderberry, rich in anthocyanins, protect blood vessels and also improve circulation. Blackberries, wild and seeded only. They strengthen capillaries and reduce oxidative stress. Blue grapes with seeds, wild, seeded, yeah, contain cyanidins, something like that, right? I'll spell it out for you though. It is PROANTHOCYANIDINS. Now you see why I had a hard time pronouncing that, right? Known to tighten and strengthen vein walls as well. Those blue grapes with the seeds. Pomegranate seeds, loaded with polyphenols that support healthy blood vessel lining. Go to Kula, ancient Ayurvedic herb with modern evidence for reducing edema and improving venous tone. Red sorrel. All right. Hold on one second. All right, here we go. Red sorrel or hibiscus. Okay, so you only want to go with the alkaline approved strains, of course. And the red sorrel or the hibiscus supports blood vessel relaxation and circulatory balance. Lastly, juniper berries in a tea form, dried, of course, right? Aids circulation and lymphatic flow when used in moderation. How to use them daily. Okay, this is the entire list. Food first. Work in a variety of alkaline berries, elderberries, blackberries, seeded grapes, pomegranate. For daily flavonoid intake, herbal infusions. Rotate teas like hibiscus and juniper berry for gentle vascular and lymph support. Targeted herbal allies. Go to kula or cola or standardized horse chestnut extract may be used for stronger symptom relief. Ideally, under natural health supervision. Consistency. Benefits appear gradually. Daily use over weeks to months builds strength in the veins, in the vein walls, and also reduces swelling. Now, why this approach has integrity? This path blends the ancient plant traditions of Europe, Africa, and also Asia with modern clinical validation while staying true to PPIRC's principle of harmless integrity. Each plant listed supports circulation without toxicity, invasive procedures, or synthetic manipulation. This is natural medicine at its purest. Plants are both scientifically validated and also energetically compatible with human biochemistry. Number 6. Because I do apologize, but yeah. Number 5 was the rudosides and the plant-derived flavonoids. So moving forward to number 6, practice number 6, postural practices. Okay, great posture. What is this and why does it matter with reducing or naturally healing varicose veins? Our bodies were not designed to sit for 10 hours at a desk or stand like statues behind a counter all day long. Blood is meant to flow, and movement is the key that keeps it all alive and circulating. When we stand or sit still for too long, blood collects in the lower legs, especially in the vein walls and valves. That are already weakened. Postural practices are simply about using the way we sit, stand, and move to keep circulation flowing smoothly. It's the art of shifting the body so gravity doesn't always win the battle against our veins. Now, how this all helps with postural practices? Postural practices helps by keeping blood moving. Gentle changes in position prevent blood from pooling or clotting, right? Now, reduces pressure on veins Movement gives tired veins relief, like letting air out of an overinflated balloon. Supports calf pump. Even small posture changes activate muscles that push blood upward towards that heart. Protects long-term vein health. It prevents worsening of existing varicose veins and lowers risk of new ones appearing. Key practices to follow for postural practices. Break up long sitting. Every 30 to 45 minutes, I want you to stand up and move around. Okay? Even if only for a minute. Stretch your legs, walk to refill water, or go and shift your weight by doing something. You can even do a set of 5 to 10 squats. Okay? It's perfectly fine. And it definitely will help. Avoid locked knees when standing. If you must stand for long periods, keep knees soft. Okay? Little bouncy, a little flexibility in the knees. Okay? And shift your weight from side to side, from one leg to the other. This small movement activates circulation, believe it or not. Use gentle micro movements. Flex your ankles under a desk. Okay? Rise onto your toes while waiting in line. Or roll your feet when standing still. These little movements wake up the calf pump. Elevate when possible. At home or during breaks, combine postural shifts with short periods of leg elevation if possible. Choose flow-friendly seating. Sit with both feet on the ground, not crossed. Crossing the legs blocks circulation and puts extra stress on your veins. Now, I see a lot of beautiful and elegant women always crossing their legs. I know that is very ladylike, right? That's what your mother taught you. That's what your grandmother taught your mother, so on and so forth. But what I want to teach you all is what the ancestors taught, okay? I'm going to say this again. Choose flow-friendly seating. Sit with both feet on the ground. Okay? Not crossed. Okay? Crossing the legs blocks circulation and puts extra stress on your veins. When it matters most for postural practices. Desk jobs or long computer work, long travel in a car, plane, or even trains, right? Standing professions such as nurses, teachers, cashiers even. Pregnancy, when extra pressure builds in the pelvic veins. Safety notes, cautionary, take notes. Movements should always be gentle and comfortable. No need for strenuous activity. If swelling or pain is already significant, pair posture practices with compression hoiseries or plant-based allies for best results. For those with balance issues, seated ankle flexes or supported heel raises are safest options. Now, why this approach for the postural movements has integrity? Well, long before we had offices or assembly lines, people naturally wove movement into every hour of the day. Walking, squatting, rising, and shifting with the sun. Postural practices are simply a way of returning to that very rhythm in modern life. They are harmless, they are natural, they require no tools, just awareness, okay? With very small shift, and with every small shift, you honor the body's design, letting blood flow freely and giving the veins a break from the constant pull of gravity. Gentle lymphatic stimulation, movement. Okay. Now, what is and why this matters? And this is number 7, by the way. So this is the final practice. Now, beside your veins runs another hidden river system, the lymphatic network. Unlike blood vessels, lymph channels don't have a strong pump like the heart, right? But they do rely almost entirely on body movement, muscle squeezes, and gentle external pressure to keep fluid flowing. When a lymph slows down, fluid pools in the tissues, those lymph nodes, making swelling worse and adding strain to already weakened varicose veins. By gently stimulating this system, you help your body drain excess fluid, reduce pressure in the legs, and also give the veins a much needed partner in the job of circulation. Think of it as clearing the ditches and side streams, if you will, so that the main river, your veins, doesn't overflow. How it helps: it reduces swelling, moves trapped fluid back into circulation, lightens heavy legs. Less fluid in the tissues means less weight pressing on the veins. Supports healing, better fluid flow, improves oxygen and nutrient delivery to tired tissues. It also works in harmony with veins. Veins and lymphatics share the job of fluid return. Supporting one helps the other. Hand in hand, right? Simple, safe techniques that you can follow. Ankle circles and foot flexes. While seated, gently rotate your ankles or point and flex your feet. Tiny pumps that awaken both venous and also lymph flow. Deep belly breathing. Slow diaphragmatic breathing expands and contracts the torso, acting like an internal lymph pump. Gentle self-massage, manual lymphatic drainage style. Light sweeping strokes from the ankle upward toward the thigh, always moving fluid in the direction of the heart. Keep pressure feather light. Lymph vessels sit just under the skin. Okay. Rebounding or gentle bouncing is what rebounding basically is. If balance allows it, light bouncing on a rebounder, a mini trampoline that is, or even the ground. Okay. You can just do light bounces right off the ground. All right. Or simply on your toes mimics the body's natural pump rhythm. Walking in water. The pressure of water plus the movement of walking gives a double benefit. A natural massage and muscle pump together. When to use it all? At the end of the day, when swelling is very noticeable. After long flights or car rides to counter fluid buildup. Alongside leg elevation for an amplified effect. For those who cannot tolerate heavy exercise but still need fluid movement. Safety notes. Always keep movements gentle and light. The lymph system responds to softness and not force. Avoid strong, heavy, hard massaging. If you have open wounds, infections, or also blood clots. If swelling is severe, professional guidance from a therapist trained in lymphatic techniques can help ensure safety. Safety is always first. Now, why this approach has integrity and how it aligns with ancient modalities. Ancient traditions often included brushing, gentle massage, or rhythmic movements as part of daily life to clear stagnation. Modern science shows now that these very same techniques stimulate the lymphatic network, reduce edema, and also improve comfort in chronic venous conditions. This practice, in particular, requires no machines, no chemicals, no risk. Just gentle awareness, touch, and movement. Returning the body to the fluid rhythm it was designed for. It is harmless, it is effective, and it is aligned with both natural tradition and scientific proof. And this is everything in a nutshell. Rewind it, watch it again if you need to. Please share this, like it, share it into groups, share it with your favorite cousins, your aunt, your uncle, your mom, your grandmother, your grandpa, whoever it is that's dealing with severe varicose veins and they are looking for relief naturally. Get this shared, please. All right. Unconditional love to everyone. Ensure that you stay tuned. First session, which is going to be over the circadian-based living for the Ancient Chi PhD Masterclass series, that is, will be Sunday, August 31st from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Inbox me or email ppirchospital@gmail.com if you would like to register for any upcoming classes. Unconditionally.